another video. Thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. So this video is what if Trump won in 2020? And it was actually pretty close in terms of the electoral college. In terms of the popular vote, it wasn't close at all. So I'm gonna shift over. So Biden, Trump, 2020. We had Biden win 81 million, Trump winning 74 million, but most of Biden's advantage in terms of popular vote came from California and New York, mostly. So, in terms of popular vote, Biden won handily. In terms of electoral college vote, won relatively narrowly. Here's the map. So here's the map. Biden won Pacific states, won Arizona, Georgia, won Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. So again, Nebraska and Maine do their electoral votes by overall and then by congressional district. So here's the map. Biden won 306 to 232. However, Trump could have won if he performed a little bit better in a handful of states. So we're shifting down to bottom. We got polling aggregates. Biden was polling 51, 52, consistently in the 50 percentile. Trump was polling anywhere from 40 to 45%. So all the polls had Trump losing. We keep going down. Predictions. So 2016 was 306 to 232. The result was the complete opposite, and all these different polling aggregates and polls decided that it was Biden who was the clear favorite. So we keep going down. To the close states. So Georgia was decided by about 12,000. Arizona decided by about 10,000. Wisconsin decided by 20,000. So that right there is 37 electoral college votes. If Trump takes Arizona and Georgia and Wisconsin, we are tied at 269. If Trump did better by 12,000, 10,000, and 20,000, so if he did better by about 45 to 50,000 votes in just those three states, that gets up to 269, 269. Now, if Trump really needed the extra vote, he could have gotten that out of Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District. Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District was decided by about 22,000 votes, or about 6.5%. That's a little bit harder because that's more than 5%. But if Trump were to win, the tipping point state would be Pennsylvania, or honestly even Nevada. Wrong ones. Could take Nevada or even take Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, that one's a little harder because that's about 80,000 votes. That one's more complicated than Nevada. Michigan's a pretty well out of reach with 154,000. But Nevada is well within reach, within about less than 40. Pennsylvania is a little harder to get, but if you polled about 2% better, then clearly you're, taking that state. So Biden won Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. So Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona is what put Biden in the White House. Also that. But if Trump won about 50,000 votes in Wisconsin, Georgia, and Arizona, that's tied. And then, honestly, 80,000 votes is a hard lift. But if you win, 30,000 votes in Nevada. That's a little bit easier. That's a semi-realistic map. Pennsylvania and Michigan are harder to pull off because Michigan's set up 154,000, Pennsylvania's set up 80,000. It's a little bit more complicated to do, but it's not impossible. So could Trump have won? Absolutely. But the margins just weren't there in the key swing states like Arizona, Wisconsin, and Georgia. If he won those three with the 50,000 votes, he's tied, and then he would have to pick up another state, whether that's Nevada, or that's Pennsylvania, whether that's Nebraska's 2nd congressional district. Trump absolutely could have won the election. That's a semi-realistic map. But Trump did not win the election, and Biden's in the White House because he performed better in 3 swing states worth 37 votes. In these swing states, Biden won about half, 42 to 44. North Carolina and North Carolina and Florida were taken by Trump. Florida was pretty brutal because that's 370,000 votes in Florida. That Biden, there was no way he was winning that state. Same thing with Texas, but Texas has trended more blue in the past in terms of, if you look at just election to election data, Texas and Florida are still pretty red states, so Biden couldn't have won those, but Trump absolutely could have won Georgia or Arizona or Wisconsin or even Pennsylvania for that matter if he pulled about 2% better. But ultimately this was the map. Trump could have won. He did not. Biden's in the White House, and it's honestly looking like this might be the rematch map for 2024. So we'll see. With that being said, that's the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Deuces.